All right, so J. Cole, has now decided to do like interview run for his Fall Off album. And the first one that he did was with Nadeska at Apple Music, which is a very safe interview. I hate these safe interviews of going to these platforms where it's all softball questions and, it's just corny. Like, go to these platforms that like actually want to ask dope ass questions. No disrespect to Nadeska, right? She has to follow a protocol because Apple Music is Apple Music, right? So he talks about the Drake and Kendrick Lamar thing, and then he talks about why he apologized and how right before he's about to apologize, he tells his wife, and his wife ends up crying. So let's watch the first clip about how he feels about Kendrick Lamar and Drake.
But it's the type of stuff that like I think about.
I mean, is that still on your mind now with the fall off, like out this big three? It's like you've had your relationships with Kendrick and Drake stretch back years. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I don't know what it's like with you guys now.
I mean, first of all, those is dudes that I admire these dudes. I got genuine love for these dudes. Like, I hate to see the world shit on either one of them in defense of the other. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, that shit is, even saying it out loud is a little silly.
Well, at the end of the day, I'm glad you made the decision that was right for you.
Appreciate it.
You know what I mean? That like you feel good and you could sleep well at night, and then you make an album that you love and you're proud of and has so many dope full circle moments, like Erykah Badu being on The Village when you sampled her on 2D for the intro. Like, that's a moment, even at the end of Forest Hills Drive, you going on your little rant about sampling, I'm gonna take you all to the Supreme Court. Now in the fall off, you sample some amazing, like, classic, like 90s hip hop songs. Like, I feel like you got it off.
Yes, and thank you to James Taylor. And thank you to everybody that...
See how, you see what I'm talking about with the softball, like she'll pivot and be like, no, you should have kept it on the Drake and Kendrick thing and said, hey, where do you stand? Why are you, why this, why that? Are you going to be making music with Kendrick Lamar in the future? Are you going to be making music with Drake? What do you know behind the scenes? I heard this, that you were X, Y, and Z. And, that one thing I heard behind the scenes at the time was that Kendrick had told Cole, back out of this because it's going to get ugly. Ask about that. I want to know. Did you know before that? So here's the next clip. That's going to be interesting.
Before you made the apology, the 5 minutes, the 5 hours before, was it something that you had really thought of and planned? No. Or did you get on the stage and felt like, I need to do this?
No, it hit me an hour before.
Okay.
But before that, I was stressing the fuck out but in the moment that the idea came to me, like via God, it's like, oh man, I lifted and I got light and I got excited. I got so excited because, to tell you the 2 or 3 days before that, it was like, this is terrible, because I felt like I misrepresented myself. You know what I mean? It's like all of a sudden I'm giving life to division and to negative storylines or negative perceptions on somebody that I fuck with and got love for. You know what I mean? Somebody that I like care about. And it's like, oh shit. In my mind, of course, I mean, I could take you back to, we know why that happened in the first place, right. But just to answer your question, that shit had me feeling terrible, because I'm like, oh my God, like, this shit is nasty. This shit don't feel right. And of course, leading up to it, when I was doing it, it made sense. Actually, I can't really say it made sense, but in a moment where I wasn't clear, like we were just talking about, I chose to do something that didn't align. It's like putting on the fucking outfit, the Versace sweater or whatever. In a moment where I wasn't clear, I chose to go this way for reasons that I could tell you about. But all you need to know right now is like, I felt miserable about it. Like literally, like my whole demeanor, my whole shit, my wife could tell. And so I'm like, oh my God, I got to go on the stage and like come out here and pretend. Almost like people think that I'm representing. Mike Delete Later had just dropped. It's the biggest news. Not saying Mike Delete Later is, but just the drama of all of this is the biggest news happening. And I'm coming out as a representative of what the fuck they just heard. It's like, nah. So an hour before it was like, like, yo, in a very loud manner, in a very public forum on your album, you said some shit you didn't believe in. Now you got the opportunity to go on a bigger forum, a bigger stage is being live stream and say something that you believe in. And in that moment, I'm like, thank you, God. Like, told my wife, she the only one I told. I ain't telling nobody else. I was like, yo, this one I'm about to go do. She start crying because she know she know how I feel about him. You know what I mean? Like she knows, and she saw how it was weighing on me the 2-3 days before that. She could see in my whole energy, and she would even ask me, and I'm just like, yeah, I got a lot going on right now. Like, so when I go and do it, I felt even better than I felt knowing I was gonna do it. I felt like, if you'd have seen me that night, man, mind you, the demeanor of everybody around me.
I was just gonna say,
like, damn, nigga, like my man Barry from since the 80s, you know, he Earth Gang, signed Earth
Barry.
Gang, and yeah.
He'll always keep it real with you.
100%, that's my nigga. Like but he just sitting there like, he like, you a good dude, man. But he's almost disgusted about it. Like, he's almost hurt about it. And if you would have saw me, I'm just like, bro, like I feel amazing because now the world knows how I really actually.
All right. I love the 7-minute drill diss track. I still listen to it fairly often. So J. Cole getting involved in that would have been fire. But if J. Cole's heart wasn't in it, like he didn't actually hate Kendrick, would we have gotten a really good back and forth? You know, because I don't think Kendrick even hates J. Cole like that. But sometimes you can get a good back and forth where people don't actually hate each other just for the sport of hip hop, you know, battle. But whatever, man. I think he's getting backlash for this because he says his wife cried, you know, because he told her that you know, he's gonna apologize. He's getting backlash for that. Listen, if he would have said something different, if he would have gone there and dissed, there would have been backlash either way of all kinds of different things, right? Because if he would have got involved in the battle with Drake and Kendrick, he could have released the weakest diss tracks, or, you know, it would have been looked at as like, hey, Drake and Cole have to team up on Kendrick, you know? So 2 out of the big 3 got to team up on Kendrick. So the problem with J. Cole is he was cool with both of them. So it's like, you know, it's like, okay, do I just say fuck both of them after I just got off tour with Drake? Or do I just team up with Drake and go after this guy and make Kendrick look like the bigger beast in this situation? Because if Kendrick drops a Not Like Us and cooks Drake and J. Cole at the same time, there really is no big 3 at that point. It's like, damn, Kendrick just whooped both of y'all. So I think J. Cole would have been in a lose-lose situation regardless. I think this is actually one of the best moves that he could have done because his heart wasn't in it and him bowing out. But people are going to always say it's going to be an asterisk on his career because he talks all this talk about being the best. And then when the time comes to show and prove, he decides to bow out. So, yeah, I just wish the interview would have been a little bit better. More questions would have asked that would have been more intriguing. But, hey, that's what you get from Apple Music. You really don't get the best interviews from there because it's softball. Funny enough, he's doing another interview, and this is where I expect some type of interesting dialogue because in a funny skit, Cameron is recording his normal podcast, and J. Cole shows up. And he basically says, really, dog, you gonna sue me? So that's really funny. And that episode is going to drop this upcoming week. J. Cole is actually appearing on Cameron's podcast, and I'm sure that lawsuit's going to get dropped after that. And that will be something that will be interesting to talk about. So that's it for the J. Cole stuff.